two things, Adeo. One more of a general category and one specific. The general category is what I would call learning or what the industry calls learning and development. But I really think about, and you were talking to Phil about this, that we're entering into this era of hybrid and distributed teams. Because of that, we've rebuilt the whole productivity stack. So we're figuring out how to work together when we're not physically together. That there's a huge world positive unlock there, which is that we can allow people on other time zones and other continents to participate in the innovation economy. I think that's really powerful. And so I'm looking at companies that are enabling that. And I'm also looking at companies that are thinking about, in this new messy hybrid world, how do people get mentorship? How do they get coaching? How do they get skill development in the workplace? When you can't just like follow your boss around to meetings, how does that work? We need new tools for learning and development. And I think it's going to be critical for the next generation in the workplace, right? They have to get mentorship and osmosis and training. And I think we need
right,
new
not like
digital
sitting
tools.
at home on whatever, like TikTok. Like, I've learned
And
so much.
yeah, I mean, old folks like us, we were fortunate to have bosses and mentors. And, I was so fortunate to get trained at Apple. Apple had its own university and sent me to classes. And, taking some job on Zoom, you don't necessarily get the same kind of training. So coming up with a new infrastructure for learning and development and training and upskilling, that's a time machine area I'm interested in. And then one specific area I'm interested in is an area called metabolic mental health. And I described to you what Sami and his team have done at Verta using a metabolic intervention, right? It's like a doctor supervised nutrition to reverse type 2 diabetes. Well, I think this idea of food and nutrition being directly linked to chronic diseases can apply to mental health as well. And there's some early clinical trials, one out of Stanford, where they took really, really tough schizophrenia and bipolar patients, and they put them into full remission using a metabolic nutritional intervention.
Was it a diet or was it like supplements?
I mean, it was a lot of things because it was doctor supervised, but it was really focused on this ketogenic intervention, on fixing an energy imbalance in the brain by feeding those mitochondria in the brain with ketone bodies instead of with glucose.
The time is, I think,
sugar keeps coming up as the villain in all of my in all of my investing, but I think there's a real possibility that it could be a villain in mental health as well.